Hey everybody, I am Mike,
And this is Sean.
and we are here to give you a quick orientation to the summer Applying the Lessons of Distance Learning to Improve Future Practice 2.0.
It's good to have you all here for the summer, doing a little extended learning about all of the lessons that you've learned over this past year. We hope that this course laid out for you has plenty of resources and time for you to reflect over this well-deserved break. You'll see the very first thing we have on there is a discussion so that you can ask questions about the course, and Mike or I will answer them, but also the community who participates in this, all of you, can answer as well. Mike and I will be limited to email this summer, just like you will be limited. And so this way you can get questions answered whether or not Mike and I are out on a beach somewhere. So there you go. So that's the discussion there. And then I think I'm talking about step one. So step one, just a quick overview of the entire course. You'll see we have 3 steps. Each folder has a little bit of information and some activity in there for you to participate in. And we tried to scaffold this from based on the work of Zaretta Hammond. Am I right? Did I say that right? Yeah, thank you. It's been a long year. So Ignite, Chunk, Chew, and Review. So under the Ignite folder, you'll see we have a quick activity for you to use Flipgrid to introduce yourself. Again, this is a short video just to say hello and your connection to the course this summer, and that helps to build this community of learners over the summertime. A note about the structure of this course, which is what we're going over right now as we talk about the course. We use student progress so that you can see as you complete things and as you click through things in order so that you can know where you're at in the course. We have another discussion here, the Ignite discussion, which asks you to read an article and or listen to this podcast and then just reflect on what you just experienced over the past school year, and based on those readings, what you think you'll be doing next. So that is the discussion prompt in there. And then it's essential for us to continue to work as an organization based on Strategy B in our strategic plan, focusing on equity and being anti-racist in our work. And so we have a required activity in which you're going to review Strategy B, which is our board-approved strategic plan strategy around ensuring an equitable and inclusive school culture. And so we'd like for you to review that. And then after you review that, you've got a little 10-question quiz. You have as many times as you need to take it. It's really 12. And that we're looking for 100% out of that. So 10 questions to help guide your reading of that. And then included with that, we have this anti-racist resource library. And that resource library is a collection of items that we have gathered over the last year or so for your own extended learning. And so a number of these things in here will help connect with the work that we are doing around Strategy B and how we can continue to grow as an organization in our effort to be more equitable for all students.
And when you are done with the course, one of the things you're going to turn in at the end is an action plan. And along with the action plan on how you might be integrating some new technology or doing some other instructional strategies, we also ask that you include a plan for how you will help support the work in Strategy B of the strategic plan. So plan on that and kind of have that lens of, I'm going to need something around equity as part of my work here at the end of the course to complete as we go forward.
Yep, that's a great reminder, Mike, and that's why it's step 1 in that plan. All right, Mike, you're going to talk about the step 2 folder.
Step 2, we've kind of combined the chunk and chew components of Zaretta Hammond's work. And what we've tried to do is pull together a variety of resources for you in different areas around the core components of our learning framework, with looking at customized pathways, proficiency-based progress, and learner story or profile, along with some resources around digital age learning. And so In each of those folders, you're going to find some resources that we'd like you to pick and choose ones that make sense for you. And when you take a look at those customized pathways, for example, you'll see we've pulled together blogs, podcasts, other articles, and resources for you to take a look at, videos to kind of help support your thinking around those different topics. We've updated them from last year, including some new resources to support this work. And then if we jump down to that Digital Age Learning folder, that folder is structured a little bit differently, where what we've done is taken a lot of resources that we've pulled together on some of the new tools that we've incorporated, including some new features coming up for Google Workspace and some things for WeVideo, Pear Deck, and Edpuzzle, along with Kami, as tools that we will be continuing to use this coming year. And then the NICU assessment tool is also something that we haven't really gotten into a lot because COVID hit, but we're going to start rolling that out more for some of our common assessments. And we've got some resources to get you started with utilizing NICU to take a look at as you go through that part of the course. And so you can take a look at those and see what that looks like. And then we'll move into the last. Oh, and then if there's any other resources that you have found that you've had great use of in the last year, you can go ahead and propose that. That's the last piece of this step 2, where if you have a resource yourself that you'd like to share, please feel free to add that to the list and share that out with your classmates. So then when we move into step 3, that's kind of the elaborating and review. The first part of that is going to be, if you click down here, Sean, yep, is going to be a reflection on that learning that you did. So as you went through those resources in step 2, kind of synthesize that learning, and we've got a discussion prompt for you. And once you have submitted that, you can kind of see other people's responses as we go as well. There is a little rubric there for it to just kind of take a look at that. It's kind of tied to some of our ISTE standards, but it's all of the course content is really pass-fail as you're going through here. So don't stress that too much, but it's just a way to show that you can actually have rubrics in Schoology and what they would look like to the student. And then Sean, you can take away the final component here.
And what I wanted to point out too is that we do have a collection of, or a mix. So the synthesis here is actually a public synthesis. The other course members will be able to see your synthesis. But then we have this action plan, this assignment, which will is a private work for you, that it creates a Google Doc for you. I am not able to click on it yet because it's not live yet, but it'll create a Google Doc template, which you are going to fill out, and you're going to talk about, based on the lessons that you've learned, the study that you did this summer, how will that reflect in your school year the next year? So the components included in that are, pedagogy practice, those types of things. But also, as Mike mentioned, we want to make sure that you include an area for equity work, and that equity should be at the beginning of your thinking as you consider this next school year, and so you'll complete that. Underneath that, we have additional resources that we, again, have collected over time. I know what it is. It's because I'm as a student. So because I'm a student, I'm not able yet to click into these. But the additional resources to support your work is just a further collection of items that Mike and I and you, some of your colleagues, have shared over the past year, so that you have even more resources that you can explore for this course. So lots of good learning within this course, lots of good content within this course. We remind you that you are talking about 8 hours of work and that you get to divide that up. We have suggested that it's about 2 hours of active learning, so actually sitting with content and thinking about it, and then 6 hours of development for you to really take some time and begin to build for the next school year. It will vary depending upon how you work. Some people will like to study more, and you're going to spend 6 hours studying and 2 hours in your action plan. However that works out for you, it's anticipated that you'll spend about 8 hours on this course.
Yep, this is totally customized for you, so please use it to meet your needs. And so if you are, the other piece that I did want to mention is if you're working with a group on this course, please make sure that each individual member of the group completes the final assignment so that you can all get credit for the payment and stuff like that. The course, you know, Sean and I are both on fumes right now here at the end of the year. We're really looking forward to our summer. And so please know that you can get started right away and get everything done in the next few weeks, or you can wait till August 15th and get everything in by 11:59 p.m. Whichever you decide, realize that we will process everything once we come back. And so that next day, the 16th, we're actually doing new teacher orientation in August. And then later that week, we will start getting everything processed and make sure that the I's are crossed and the T's dotted to make sure that you get your payment, and that'll be taken care of. But definitely that August 15th date is a hard deadline, so that we can move on and get into the school year. But we really look forward to learning with you. And Sean, do you have any closing thoughts?
Just our appreciation for you continuing your learning this summer. Those resources that we have shared are from some of the best people that we know, but we would highly encourage you to submit your own resources as well, so we continue to grow as a community. So thanks for all your work this year. It's been crazy. I'm impressed that you're continuing to do this work over the summertime. I know that there's lots of lessons learned though, and it'll be good to flex some of those new muscles over the summertime when you don't have to worry about returning to the classroom or returning to the quarantine situation or returning to wherever it was you returned this year. So thanks a lot, everybody. That is what I will say for the end of this course introduction.
And if anything we said didn't make sense to you, we will be live here later on June 9th. And if you don't see it on June 9th, please submit your questions in the course discussion at the top of the course, and we'll get to those and answer those and make things more clear. Take care, everybody.